Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission? To explore strange new worlds, to discover new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Demon World.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many surprises. To be prepared, we are conducting a mock battle with the USS Republic.
Captain Patterson reports the Republic is in position and ready to begin, Captain.
The Republic is arming weapons and raising shields. I suggest we do the same, Captain.
Arming weapons.
Raising shields. Target analysis.
The Republic is crippled, Captain.
Captain Patterson extends his congratulations, sir.
Lowering shields and disarming weapons.
Message coming in from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, the Enterprise is ordered to travel to Pollux 5. The natives report that alien life forms have been attacking the settlers near a mine at Mount Idle. You are to report to the High Prelate of the colony. The settlers are members of the Acolytes of the Stars sect. The description of the attackers vary, but all say that the attackers resemble creatures from many Earth religions known as demons. Starfleet wants you to determine the nature of these creatures and to resolve the situation without bringing harm to the colonists. Starfleet out.
Save new game.
We have arrived at Pollux 5.
Message from High Prelate Robert Angevin, sir.
Welcome, Enterprise. The High Prelate awaits you. Please, beam down and meet with him.
We're not in orbit, Captain. May I respectfully remind the Captain that we haven't accomplished our mission, sir. Entering standard orbit.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
This is so much better, gentlefolk. We are honored at your presence and hope you will find peace here in our haven.
Captain, the flora on this planet is very interesting. I wonder how useful it may be for medicinal purposes.
High Prelate Angiven waits patiently for you to decide what you will do next. A beautiful snow-covered scene with a path leading off to Mount Idle.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We have received word that alien life forms are creating problems at your mining facilities at Idle Mountain. Tell me more. Most High Prelate Angiven, I am honored to meet you. I consider it my divine duty to assist you in any possible way with the spawn of the devil. Been seeing ghosts and boogeymen, eh? I find that a little hard to believe. I'm Captain James T. Kirk of...
Certainly, Captain Kirk. Not aliens per se. We have encountered what we believe are demons at Idle Mountain. Creatures surely emerging from the very gates of hell. Our God would not test us thus without reason. So we believe your might and insight are our God's method to help us discover what is going on.
Aside from seeing demons, has any hard data been collected? Any evidence I could see? Demons? Gates of hell? This is the 23rd century. Aside from seeing demons, has any...
A skeptic would consider everything merely anecdotal or unproven. My people will gladly tell you their own stories, so you need not hear it secondhand through me.
What can you tell me about the mine itself? You're wasting the time of a starship capable of destroying this planet with campfire stories? No wonder you were dumped out here in the middle of nowhere. What can you tell me about the mine itself?
The area is exceptionally stable tectonically, and easy for our machinery to work in, praise God. We've mined for hafnium and a variety of useful trace elements. The deeper we dig, however, the more anomalous the variety of minerals seems to be. Our Ignatius brother Stephen has his own theories about why this might be. Either way, the anomalies inspired Brother Canbury to conduct studies inside the mine. Yesterday, he reported discovering a strange door. A gate to hell, surely, for the demons caused a cave-in immediately. Canbury was trapped, unconscious, and the demons prevent us from rescuing him. We can only hope he is still alive. Thank you for your courtesy, Kirk. May you receive the guidance and protection of our God as you complete this divine mission.
A quickly constructed Spartan shelter, primarily used by fledgling colonies. Assorted pieces of glass rest on this table, from ancient beakers to double burners. An old-fashioned computer. It appears to have some type of simulation running. A multi-purpose workspace with fine, well-worn tools and equipment close at hand. A glass-fronted display of mineral specimens, including a meteorite, a few fossil shells, the skull of a cat-sized alien animal, and a very encrusted twist of metal. An antiquated molecular synthesizer sits in the corner.
Mr. Spock, see what you can dig up from that old-fashioned computer terminal.
It is locked.
I think we should wait and talk to the owner when he comes back, Jim.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the Earth. Notice how it models a proper situation for a total eclipse.
Mr. Spock, see what you can dig.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the...
You fail to obtain anything. The glass case is... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything. Boxes of supplies and mining equipment litter the floor. Boxes of supplies.
I am worried about Brother Chubb. Can you examine him, Doctor?
This man is in no condition to talk. He looks at you with a puzzled
Jim, this man has suffered severe physical injuries to his head and arm. The wounds have been adequately cared for. However, he has developed a Neugerian infection. If not treated swiftly, the effects can be fatal. The infection can normally be treated with hypoditoxin, but there's none on the Enterprise.
I may be of some assistance. The Lorexian berry grows near the mouth of the cave. If I could acquire it, I would be able to synthesize the hypoditoxin from the berry. Unfortunately, the demons prevent us from approaching the cave entrance. Perhaps you could retrieve it for me.
He is too busy consoling the wounded man. He is too busy You fail to obtain anything.
That's not phasers.
You see a small explosion, and the Klingon's hand falls to the ground with a dull thud.
I guess they don't make Klingons like they used to, sir.
Nothing to report, Captain.
This is definitely not a real Klingon, Jim.
Captain, we registered phaser fire and an unknown energy beam. Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Did you register any disruptor fire?
No, Captain. Why? Are there Klingons down there?
No, just an idea. Kirk out.
Fascinating. I begin to suspect that we have stumbled upon something that the colonists would never have uncovered.
What is it, Spock?
I wish to gather further data before making a definite conclusion, Captain. This is not a Klingon, Captain. Not a real one. It is an organic construct, an android-like robot. It looks like a Klingon, but the appearance is entirely superficial.
Nothing to report, Captain.
You fail to obtain any. You take the Klingon's detached hand.
Sure.
You fail to obtain anything.
Berries.
You fail to obtain anything. These Brandzite pods add a nice touch to the local flora. A large patch of Kytelian tulips. These are very beautiful Doctus cattails. These are very beautiful Doctus cattails. The path is surrounded by some beautiful shrubbery. Mount Idle rises above you. The path is surrounded by some beautiful shrubbery. The path is surrounded.
So where are these berries?
You have retrieved a sample of berries. Nothing happens.
Good! You have found the berries. Bring them to my lab, quickly. The settings on the CH1-4 have already been adjusted. Simply place the berry in the machine and the hypoditoxin will be synthesized.
You tinker with it, but do nothing significant. The machine synthesizes a quantity of hypoditoxin.
We've got to get this to Brother Chubb as quickly as possible, Jim.
Thank you. You're most kind.
This man has recently suffered a nasty but non-life-threatening wound. The damage has been adequately cared for. The man's vital effects are attributable to shock and stress.
I never dreamed that Starfleet would be interested in my discoveries, Captain. But our God often surprises us.
Mr. Spock, see what you can do.
You are interested in my little museum of curiosities?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things. Where did you find all this? Looks like a pile of... Where did you find all this?
Here and there. Much of it was brought to me by others exploring widely.
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things.
I enjoy talking about these treasures. Shall I go into mineral specimens? Meteorite, fossil shells, skull of a small alien animal, twist of metal. Or would you rather move on to something else? Mineral true curiosities, nothing more. I think they're very pretty, don't you? Shall I go into mineral meteorite? I believe this is evidence of the cataclysm which destroyed the moon of Pollux 5 eons past. I've constructed a theoretical model based on analysis of the planet's rings of what things might have been like. I think that the moon, like Earth's moon, would have made a total eclipse of the sun possible. I would have liked to have seen that. For conditions making a perfect total eclipse are rare in the universe. Our God creates great wonders. Shall I go into mineral specimen? Meteorite, fossil shell, one of the oldest forms I've seen on this planet. Our God makes beautiful things indeed. Shall I go into minerals, fossil skull, the skull of a modern Silati, the largest creature native to this planet, about the size of a house cat from Earth. The Salatis combine a rather insectoid pattern with four-legged reptilian form, including praying mantis-like forelimbs. Shall I go into minerals, fossil skull, twist of metal? This chunk of rock is a greatly weathered example of a vanadium tungsten alloy, which doesn't occur naturally. It is my best evidence that the area was previously inhabited. Shall I go into minerals, twist, or would you rather move on? Very well. I can't imagine why, but if you have a further interest in any of this, take what you like. But please remember to return my treasures when you're done with them.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the Earth. Notice how it...
Save new game. A large pile of rubble blocks what appears to be a large metallic structure. A large metallic door is set in the structure.
Captain, the structure is extremely unstable. I would not recommend disturbing the lower section before the upper sections have been cleared.
Okay.
Assume firing positions.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh no.
Assume firing positions.
Can I get another red shirt?
There is no apparent effect.
Captain, this course of action is ineffectual. Captain, the consequences of such act. I think Dr. McCoy would be better suited to deal with this.
Oops.
This man is badly hurt and suffering from shock and exposure as well.
Can you treat him?
It was a near thing, but he'll live.
Oh, thank you, kind souls, for saving my life. Let me rest here for a little before returning to report this miracle to Prelate Angiven.
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain any... This looks like some of the hand security panels on the Enterprise.
I have a hand.
The fit is perfect, but something seems to be shorting out. Nothing happens. They look like Klingons. They look like Klingons. The glass case is... You fail to obtain anything.
I never dreamed that...
You get no response.
You are interested in my little museum of curiosity?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these. Where did you... Looks like a pile of junk if you... Where did you find all... Yes, tell us about these.
I enjoy talk. Shall I go in mineral specimens? Meteor, fossil, shell, skull, twist of metal. This chunk of rock is a greatly weathered example of a vanadium tungsten alloy, which doesn't occur naturally. It is my... Shall I go into mineral, or would you rather move on? Very well. I can't imagine why, but if you have a further interest in any of this, take what you like. But please remember to return my treasures when you're done with them.
The fit is perfect.
Just trying you first.
Nothing happens. 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 You fail to obtain... A pulsing red light is set in the structure above the door.
That action would be completely illogical, Captain. Don't you remember the Prime Directive, Captain?
There is no apparent effect.
Captain, this course of action is ineffectual.
What are we doing?
Nothing to report, Captain. Fascinating, Captain. This door is made of an unknown material. It is clearly built by an alien race we have no knowledge of. Nothing to report. Fascinating, Captain.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I headed up the party that sought to rescue Brother Kandri. Without warning, the demons appeared and attacked us as we approached the mine.
Can you tell us what they look like?
Like the demons that have plagued devout folk since before our people left the earth. Huge, muscular demons with ruddy skin, truly the manifestation of evil, with bat wings, horns and talons and a pointed tail. God preserve us all. One tore open my arm and I surely would have perished, but for my companions who bore me back down the mountain.
The demons didn't follow you?
No.
Brother Kandre was, or is, my partner. I was on the communications link when the demons caused the rockfall and silenced him. He said he'd found a strange door with devilish writing. Truly, he came upon the gate of hell itself.
I am Brother Griznash. I went up the mountainside in solitary prayer, seeking to face my fears. Indeed, I found them. A bellowing Krognik demon with sharp teeth and a long snout descended upon me in a rush of wind.
Captain, a Krognik demon has a decidedly wolfish appearance. Brother Griznash, is this not the traditional shape of the Evil One and his minions among Tellarites?
It is.
I believe this may be significant, Captain. The medical methods of these people seem primitive to me, Doctor.
By our standards, yes. Here the acolytes prefer a simpler lifestyle. Unfortunately, this is one of the consequences. You know, Jim, they can take a captain out of a starship and a science officer out of his lab, but you can never retire a doctor.
Not the good ones, that's for sure.
They are too heavy to move. They are too heavy to move.
Well, we've seen Klingons. Now all we need is a few Romulans.
Control your thoughts, Doctor. There is a high probability that something here is using our own memories against us. Captain, I detect a recent avalanche approximately 6.2 kilometers away that occurred within the last 3 days. The mountain may be quite dangerous.
Demons, Klingons, avalanches. What's next? The Wicked Witch of the West?
That is not logical, Doctor.
It wasn't supposed to be logical, you green-blooded Vulcan. Why does everything have to be so damn logical? The firefight is over, Jim. I think the firefight is over, Jim. I'm sorry, Jim. Ensign Everts is beyond my help.
I recommend as thorough an analysis of this area as possible.
A cavern deep in Mount Idle. A cavern deep in Mount Idle. A cavern deep in Mount Idle. The fit is perfect, but something seems to be shorting out. This looks like some of the hand security panels on the Enterprise.
I recommend as thorough an analysis of this area as possible.
You get no response. A large metallic door is set in the structure. You fail to obtain anything.
I recommend as thorough an analysis of this area as possible. Nothing to report, Captain. Fascinating, Captain. This door is made of an unknown material. It is clearly built by an alien race we have no knowledge of.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Mr. Spock, see what you can do about that hand.
This machinery is delicate, but I have managed to repair the circuitry.
See how the fingertips have micro-sized sensors? I wonder what use they may have.
circuitry triggers a connection and the door opens. Save new game. Replace previous game. It appears to be an abstract piece of alien art. Many alien machines fill the room.
Logically, the machinery is sustaining some type of life in suspended animation. If we can reactivate the machines, then we may be able to meet its creators.
I wonder who or what constructed all this.
This appears to control some unusual security equipment. Nothing happens.
This alien construction takes readings of mental activity. It also activates manufacturing equipment related to security and includes a short-distance transportation device. It is an alien life support system, Captain. It is an alien life support system, Captain, utilizing geothermal energy. It is still functioning, waiting for some sort of signal.
Nothing happens. You fit the key into the slot, but you cannot find a way to turn it. This appears to control some unusual security equipment. It appears to be an abstract. It appears to be an abstract. This floor contains conduits for conducting geothermal energy. You get no response.
Logically, the machinery is sustaining some type of life in suspended animation. If we can reactivate the machines, then we may be able to meet its creators. Fascinating, Captain. It is a diagram of a lunar eclipse of this planet. See how the red sphere, the moon, is casting a shadow on the blue sphere, Pollux 5. This must be a very old piece of work, because this planet's moon was destroyed thousands of years ago. The machinery is waiting for the gravitational pull of another eclipse to activate it, an eclipse that will never come. And one other thing, Captain. This may also be a diagram showing the proper settings on that control panel. This control panel is a manual override for the alien life support equipment.
half, a little bit.
Nothing happens.
Start one.
Nothing happens.
Two.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oops. Oh wait, that's not. I'm doing that the wrong way.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Half, half.
Nothing happens.
What am I doing wrong?
Nothing happens.
Let's put the key in here.
You fit the key into the slot, but you cannot find a way to turn it. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I guess I can go for all of them one by one. What's next? Middle, middle, middle.
Nothing happens.
There is nothing at the moment for me to do.
Put everything to the bottom.
Welcome to our home. Thank you for repairing our somnambutron.
Stop. You're trespassing on Federation territory. I welcome you on behalf of the United Federation of Planets. Who are you? Where you come from? We did fix your machine. Can we write the repair bill off against rent on this land? Stop. We did. I welcome you.
We call ourselves Nowians. Thousands of years ago, we saw that meteor impacts were going to cause an ice age. We created this huge underground shelter to preserve our race, keeping us in suspended animation until the planet had recovered. We programmed the machinery to revive us at the next eclipse, but we did not count on the destruction of our moon.
Some advanced civilization. Perhaps you can tell us about the demons. Perhaps you can tell.
The demons, as you call them, are created by a machine designed to keep intruders away from our sleep chambers. It pulls from the minds of any approaching creature their most feared enemy and produces replicas to scare them away. For you and your crew, it was Klingons. For the Tellarites, a wolf demon. And for the other humans, a demon from their religion. On behalf of my people, thank you for waking us. I will turn off the machinery which creates our guardians, so that they no longer bedevil those with whom we now share our home. Oh, woe! Alas! The key is missing. I can do nothing. Even we will suffer the attacks of our own guardians unless the key can be found. I implore you, if you can help, please do so.
Jim, think about that skull we picked up from Brother Stephen. Now look at this alien. See the resemblance?
Nothing happens.
A child? No, I see many differences. This must be what our people who did not slumber have become. Still, I would like to see these remains properly interred, according to the precepts of our religion. May I keep this?
Of course. I think you will get along well with the Pollux inhabitants, and I'm sure you will have interesting theological discussions. I think I should return it to where I got it from. No, I want to keep it as a memento for myself. Of course, I think...
You found the key. I can now turn off the machinery creating our guardians, and no more sentience shall be at risk. Surely the Holy One smiles upon us all. I have no way to thank you, Captain, but please carry this request from my people to yours. We have much ancient knowledge we can share, and we would like to join your Federation. Go in peace.
I will be glad to accept your application to the Federation. We shall have a diplomatic envoy sent to make the final arrangements.
We look forward to meeting them. We also look forward to having discourse with the colonists. Farewell. May the Holy One bless you.
Live long and prosper.
Kirk to Enterprise. Beam us up, Mr. Scott.
Wait. Oh, still have all the guy's stuff.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Pollux 5 and evaluate your performance at 94%. You and your crew received 3 commendation points. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed. Outstanding work, Jim.
I only lost 1 Richard.
I might have known there weren't any demons.
We all have demons of our own, Bones. The ones we can't confront are often the hardest to deal with.
These demons were based on fear, Captain. A human failing.
I don't know, Spock. Everything that I've ever read about demons describes them as having pointy ears. Hijack.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
The USS Enterprise is to report immediately to Beta Myamed. The USS Masada has failed to report as scheduled. Determine nature of delay and take whatever measures are necessary.
Set course for Beta Myamed, sir.
Save new game. Replace previous.
There is an unidentified ship closing rapidly. Weapons on and shields up.
Message coming in, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Leave the Beta Myamed system immediately. You're interfering in Elasi affairs.
We are conducting a search and rescue mission for the USS Masada. It was last reported in this system. We cannot leave until we can confirm its location and condition.
So be it. You have been warned. Prepare to die.
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
The ship's initial intercept course was from the last known position of the Masada. I suggest we orbit the planet for a closer sensor scan, sir. There she is, Captain. She does not appear to be seriously damaged. Her shields are up, and 27 life forms are aboard.
Hailing the ship, Captain.
Greetings, Federation Imperialists. I am Elasi Seraph, and I have claimed this ship as a blow for freedom against Federation tyranny.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. You are illegally in possession of Starfleet property. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Listen, Lassie. Hand over the ship and hostages now, or things are going to get very nasty. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Mr. Elasi, it appears that you have found something the Starfleet lost. This is Captain James...
Ah, the infamous Captain Kirk. The Masada is mine. You will release 25 political prisoners I specify, or I will destroy the ship and its crew. The list of those wrongfully imprisoned should be coming over to you now.
Data file captured, Captain. Computer indicates they were all convicted of piracy with various counts of murder and mayhem thrown in.
Freeing the prisoners you requested will take time. We have to track down their current locations, and Starfleet will have to grant permission to move them here. I will get that started. You should tender a show of good faith on your part. Will you beam over so we can discuss negotiations face to face? We can work together on this, Elasi. How about beaming some of the hostages over as a show of good faith? Freeing the prisoners you request, we can work together on this, Elasi.
What? Lower my shield so you can beam over a war party? I'm not stupid, Captain. We'll play by my rules.
So long as the shields are up, Captain, our hands are tied.
The Enterprise can overpower the Masada and take her, but the pirates would have all the time they need to kill every one of the hostages.
Will you send over data on the whereabouts and conditions of my falsely accused clansmen languishing in your dungeons, Captain?
Very well, we'll do it your way. I will put together the data packet. Kirk out. Your fellow Elasi have been tried in Federation courts of law and found guilty of their crimes. We'll listen to your complaints if you discuss them reasonably. Forget it, Elasi Seraph. You'll be the next one languishing on a Federation penal planet unless you drop your shields and surrender to me immediately. Very well, we'll do it your way. I will put together...
Captain, we could use the command prefix code to lower the Masada's shields briefly, long enough for one transporter burst. Captain, we could use the command prefix code to lower the Masada's shields briefly, long enough for one transporter burst. Captain, we could use the command prefix code to lower the Masada's shields briefly, long enough for one transporter burst.
What's the code?
That code had no effect.
Topic not available. Topic not available, Captain.
Masada, USS. A Federation tug tender. Registry NCC 293391. Currently under the command of Captain Kevin Keeler. Crew complement of 17. Primary mission, tow, repair of disabled ships. Its input override code is 293-391-197736-3829.
That code had no effect, Captain. That code had no effect.
That was the code, wasn't it?
That code had no effect, Captain.
How do I put a dash?
Sending prefix and lowering the Masada's shields.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Which one of you transports people?
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
He's not hurt badly. I can revive him.
Thank you, Doctor. Be careful, Captain. The Alassi like to set booby traps. If you need any equipment, I've got my tools in this workspace.
A small bomb appears to have damaged the transporter controls. These doors have been scarred by phaser fire. There was a battle here.
Nothing to report, Captain. Even our most efficient Chief Engineer Scott would have trouble repairing this damage in less than 2 days.
Save new game. Replace Twisted debris has been scattered along the side of the corridor. This view screen communication terminal has been damaged beyond repair. You are in a typical starship corridor. A tangle of mangled equipment reduced to junk. There are the remains of 5 phasers without power packs. a drained phaser welder, and scraps of wire and uncertain bits of metal junk.
Nothing to report, Captain. 5 phasers without power packs, a drained phaser welder, insulation and bits of wire, and droplets of cooled molten metal. A force field of unusual configurations has been erected in front of the doorway, which leads into the bridge. I don't think it would be healthy to approach too closely, Captain.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. According to the deck plans of this class of starship, this is the entrance to the ship's brig.
Hey, what are you doing here?
The pirates won't wait for a while, but they're going to be quite unhappy when they do. I recommend that we not be here when they awake. The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress, but they will survive.
This appears to be the button that turns the brig force field on and off.
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere. Nothing to report, Captain. I see that the Alassi live up to their reputation, Captain.
I'm just a security officer, sir.
I don't like the looks of this, Jim.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
How do we disable the bomb?
Captain, if we could manage to overload the force field, it would probably detonate the bomb before we could rescue the crewmen. Captain, the switch has been booby...
You fail to obtain...
What did I get?
The cabinet is empty. These doors have been scarred by... This is the main transporter pad of the Masada. A small bomb appears to have damaged the transporter controls. The transporter bay has been damaged in a recent firefight.
Even our most efficient Chief Engineer Scott would have trouble repairing this damage in less than 2 days. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. When this operation is complete, Captain, we should have Mr. Scott or Transporter Chief Kyle come here to assist with the repairs.
Let's not look too far ahead, Mr. Spock.
Well, Jim, there's one thing I can tell you. I don't like Colossi.
I can't see them winning any popularity contests, Bones.
They can forget about my vote.
Captain, I need to find a bit that will fit into the transmogrifier before I can go further with this.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Should probably take their guns.
You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain anything. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. You are in the brig of the Masada. 9 of the crew members are held in a cell. 2 Alasi guards lie on the floor.
A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain.
How do I use objects on each other?
I don't think it would be a good idea to wake them up, Jim.
According to the deck plans of this class of starship, this is the entrance to the ship's brig. This view screen communication terminal has been damaged beyond repair.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Why would you want to do that? Let's not go misusing a medical kit, Jim.
We should really take their guns away.
Captain, if we could manage to overload the force field, it would probably detonate the bomb before we could rescue the crewmen. Captain, if we could
Right, what do I have?
Phaser welder is now charged.
What? Okay.
Nothing happens.
I think that does it. A comb bit for the transmogrifier. Now I can continue repairs on the transporter controls.
I don't know what I just did. Okay. Just gonna keep playing with this until something happens.
Nothing happens.
Sending one repair to transporter, so...
Nothing happens.
The parts fit together satisfactorily. I attach these here. Now, all I need is a spare length of wiring.
Oh, I have that.
The bits are not long enough. I need a longer piece of wire.
What?
Nothing happens.
Longer piece of wire.
The transporter bay has been damaged. These doors have been scarred by fate.
So we'll get 2 days to fix.
Hey, what are you doing here?
What do I have left? I have this and this.
The wire scraps are too small. They melt instead of fusing together, and you're left with nothing.
Wait, what? Oh.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere. Captain, the switch has been booby...
Did I need that wire? Would they let me destroy something I needed?
You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain anything.
Hey, what are you doing here?
You've set off some type of booby trap. The force field protected you from the blast, but...
Assuming that's not supposed to happen. Okay, so if I remember this with
Phaser
this.
welder is now charged.
Made a welder. This with no. This. With
I think
this.
that does it.
Made a fork. And this. With
The
this.
parts fit together satisfactorily.
Made some weird thing. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere. Nothing to report, Captain. A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain.
The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress.
Okay, one by one.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Did that do anything? Maybe, maybe not.
I attached these here. Now, all I need is a spare length of wiring.
Said was too small.
The bits are not long enough. I need a longer piece of wire.
You fail to obtain anything.
Wire.
You fail to obtain.
Hey, what are you doing here?
A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report. Nothing to report, Captain.
Save new game. Replace previous.
The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress, but they will survive.
I see that the Alassi live up to their reputation, Captain.
I don't like the looks of this, Jim.
wires.
You've set off some type of booby trap.
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere.
Can you unbooby-trap it, Spock?
I see that the Alassi live up to their reputation, Captain.
I'm just a security officer, sir.
The crew is tired and has elevated.
You can't. It is located just inside the force field. You can't. It is located just inside the force field. You fail to obtain anything. You are in the brig of the Masada. 9 of the crew members are held in the cell. 2 Alassi guards lie on the floor. This appears to be the button that turns the brig force field on and off. These wires look like a modification of some sort. These wires look like a modification of some sort. You are in the brig of the Messiah.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped. Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb. A medium-strength phaser bomb. A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain.
Okay, but pulling it explodes it. I don't think.
Nothing happens.
Can't replace wires with wires.
Nothing happens.
Whatever buttons are missing. Hello. wires to stuff. Interesting. Spock. Disarm Spock.
There. I believe the bomb is now defused, Captain.
Really?
Save new game. Replace previous game.
It's not that I don't believe you, Spock. I don't believe you.
You fail to obtain any.
Thank you for freeing us, Captain. We'll secure the area so they don't come up behind you. We've had electrical problems with our door to our bridge, Captain. The Alassi don't know we put an electric shutdown device. You'd never find it by chance. But if you used a charged phaser welder 2 feet to the left of the door and 1 foot off the ground, you might be able to shut down the force field and get a jump on the Alassi.
The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress, but they will survive.
You said use a charged phaser welder.
Nothing happens.
Where?
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
There's nothing there.
Nothing happens.
Mr. Spock. I have more wire for you.
The controls are set for just inside the bridge door, Captain.
Mr. Spock, you're a genius.
I wouldn't go that far, Jim. But I do have to congratulate you, Mr. Spock. Now we can really risk shooting our atoms around the universe. Is this really necessary, Jim?
Analysis, Lieutenant Christensen.
Security analysis, sir. If we transport onto the bridge, we'll have the drop on them. Assuming Mr. Spock has the transporter working properly. If we could get past the force field on the door of the bridge, we should be able to surprise them for sure.
Alright, let's go. Spock. Your thing.
I'm going to have a word for you, Spock, if we appear inside the door. Scotty, beam down a security team to the bridge. We have regained control. Mr. Scott, beam us out of here.
Aye, Captain.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Beta Myamed and evaluate your performance at 62%.
What?
You and your crew received 1 commendation points. A satisfactory performance, Captain, but there's still room for improvement.
Trying to hold a Federation starship captive, can you believe it?
Since we just witnessed that very event, Doctor, I'm surprised you asked.
It was a rhetorical question, Spock.
That took quite a bit of organization to seize a starship. Think we'll see more of the Alassi pirates?
Undoubtedly, Captain. I suspect they have considerable resources to draw on.
So do I. Sulu, take us out of here.
Love's labor jeopardized.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
A raid across the Romulan neutral zone has placed Starfleet Research Station ARC-7 in jeopardy. Proceed immediately to ARC-7 and determine the status of the station. Good luck, Jim.
Save new game. Replace previous.
This one.
We have arrived at ARC-7. Romulan ship decloaking, Captain.
Message from the Romulan ship, sir.
Treachery. We are aware of Federation plans. Prepare to die.
They're arming weapons, Captain.
Arming weapons.
Raising shields. Target analysis off.
Aye, sir.
Target analysis off.
They activated a self-destruct device rather than be captured, Captain.
Resuming course to ARC-7, Captain.
Captain, there is an auto beacon broadcasting from the station.
Warning, warning. As per UFP Regulation 342-1888564.3, Paragraph 3, this base is currently under a Class 3 biohazard alert. All personnel are ordered to stay away from this base unless they are part of a biohazard response team.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Aye, sir.
Message from ARC-7, sir.
I am Centurion Ardea Preax of the Romulan Empire. We have discovered your genocide factory here and have summoned help to destroy it. Our lives will not be sacrificed in vain.
Captain, sensors indicate a breathable atmosphere in the space station. It seems that whatever ARC-7's intentions, it managed to create a biohazard that is deadly to Romulans. 17 humans and 10 Romulans are on the station. The humans are all in perfect health, so it seems we can beam over without any fear of contamination.
Hailing frequencies open.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
Biohazard.
All life signs are normal. All life signs are normal.
Richard.
All life signs are normal. I'm picking up some kind of virus. I can't identify it without more information.
Fuck's gonna die.
This computer terminal is linked into the station's main computer. It is currently running an open file of log programs. A Romulan bird of prey hovers menacingly on the view screen. This is a heavily secured door leading to another section of the station. Its access code has been breached. This is a standard door leading to another room on this deck.
Dr. Marcus Log. Supplemental. Continued testing of the Ouroboros virus confirms its potential harmful effects on Romulan Vulcan humanoids. As soon as the spill has been cleaned up, we will sterilize both labs and purge the circulation system to make sure no traces of the virus will remain viable. Then all research files must be erased. We must leave no chance that this terrible accident will ever be repeated.
Doctor, you may be interested in the medical data file appended to the log. The main computer banks of the ARC-7. It looks like someone has recently been rummaging through the main databanks. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr. Marcus' research data on the Ouroboros virus. Let me see. Virus growth patterns. Pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Alveoli involvement in... Boy, Jim, this bug works fast.
Is this really the time to catch up on your reading, Doctor?
Now listen here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database online. Also, it would be useful for me to experiment on how the virus grows in the presence of different gases. I'm sure the station has the necessary equipment.
Like what?
Please select subject file, Ouroboros virus. TLTDH gas, nitrous oxide, ammonia, dihydrogen oxide.
Some water.
Exit database, Ouroboros virus, Ouroboros virus. Atypical growth patterns for L-type virus. Opportunistic pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Etiology, contact or airborne vector with alveoli microcollapse. Involvement immediately upon exposure. Tissue dehydration follows pneumal flooding. Mortality, 0.6 in 1.0 stardates. 1.0 within 2.0 stardates treatment, none. Named for the mythic world snake that swallows its own tail. Please select subject file, Ouroboros TLTDH gas. The chemical compound, tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide, colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-space flight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to cook up from non-conductive tantolithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation. Please select subject file, Ouroboros virus.
Romulan gas.
Nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide. A colorless non-flammable compound. N2O. Gaseous at 1 atm and temperatures within the human norm. Early anesthetic among humans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. Please select subject file. Ouroboros T nitrous ammonia. Ammonia. A colorless pungent compound, NH3. A common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial applications. Please select subject file. Ouroboros T nitrous ammonia dihydrogen oxide. A colorless, tasteless, non-flammable compound, H2O. Water. Liquid, solid, or gaseous at 1 atm. Temperature scales defined in most humanoid cultures by state shift of pure water. Please select subject file. Ouroboros TL nitrous ammonia dihydrogen exit. Date.
Save new game.
Is this mission free? Oh, it's a co-worker.
This is a distillator used to isolate specific compounds from raw material. This is a distillator used to isolate a device to accelerate neutrinos. Not much good for anything else. This is an access ladder. It appears to lead to the next deck below. This is a large engineering safety door with heavy shielding. Its entry codes seem to be breached. This device is used for the rapid reproduction of virus cultures in the presence of suspected anti-agents. This device is used. This chamber is where virus samples are placed. This chamber is where virus samples. This nozzle is where anti-agents are placed. A device to
Residue of a viral agent is still within the chamber. Residue of a... Nothing to report, Captain. Residue of a Crygelion-2 basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing complex materials to their basic compounds. A Hawking neutrino accelerator. It is one of the finest in production today. Nothing to report, Captain. There are multiple culture samples of the virus within the freezer, Captain.
The freezer unit is too large to take. The nozzle is empty. The chamber is empty. The chamber is empty.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
This refrigerator has a number of specimen dishes inside. You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
This is a very well-equipped laboratory, Captain. Perhaps Dr. McCoy could be of some use here.
Jim, this lab is incredible. What I wouldn't give to have some of this equipment on the Enterprise. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. We have to attach something to the nozzle first. We have to attach something to the nozzle first.
This is a research lab with lots of expensive equipment. This is a synthesizer used to combine and replicate chemicals and form new compounds. This particular model has twin gas feeds. This is a synthesizer. This is a storage cabinet. An RDAC 1000, the last word in molecular replication, one of the most advanced pieces of scientific equipment ever constructed.
It would take us several hours to get this machine working, Captain. I do not believe we will need it. The synthesis chamber should be able to give us what we need.
A small field effect anti-gravity unit useful for moving things too heavy to lift and carry by muscle alone. You take the anti-grav unit.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
It's a standard adjustable metric socket wrench. You pick up a large wrench. This is the engineering center for the ARC-7 space station. Turbines of a Cochrane 500 class fusion drive, manufactured over a century ago on Alpha Centauri.
I didn't realize that they use these old fusion reactors anymore.
Actually, Doctor, as Mr. Scott would tell you, the Cochrane 500 is renowned for its reliability and perfectly suited for a station of this size.
Hey, this thing's real old, isn't it?
Turbines of a Cochrane...
I didn't realize that...
Actually, Doc...
Hey... Watch out, sir. It looks like the Romulans have taken control of the lower decks.
Save new game. Replace
I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain. I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I certainly see nothing there calling for it. I certainly see nothing there.
A gas tank marked H2. A gas tank marked O2. Gas feed is on. Nothing happens. Gas feed is off. Gas feed is on. Nothing happens. Gas feed is off. Gas feed is on. The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
Yep.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
How do we make the Romulan knockout gas? Bones.
Please select subject file, Ouroboros virus. TLTDH gas. The chemical compound, tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide, colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria. Sometimes please select Ouroboros virus. Ouroboros. Please select Ouroboros virus. Exit database.
I need installation. Where am I supposed to get computer installation from? That just closes it.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
What is this?
Careful, Jim. That's a distillator, not a can opener. Careful, Jim. That's a distillator, not a can opener.
Use this here.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. I don't have the proper medicine.
Captain, I believe Dr. McCoy has the necessary skills to run that equipment.
We've got water. We've got the other stuff. What else do you need?
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
There's no specimen in the chamber. There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor. Except for the Ouroboros virus, I'm not picking up anything.
Nothing to report, Captain. Residue of a viral agent is still within the chamber.
The chamber is empty.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim.
This is a service access panel permitting used up or worn materials to be replaced. The panel opens. You see a gas tank labeled N2 with its feed lines running deeper into the wall. The tank is large and heavy with its feed lines firmly attached. The anti-grav unit hums and emits the stink of ozone before it fail-safes.
The unit cannot lift something fastened to the body of the station, Captain. The tank must be detached first.
The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every so often, eh, Captain?
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
It sure beats hauling it around on our backs, sir.
Nothing happens. This is the engineering center for the ARC-7 space station. This is a service access panel permitting used up or worn materials to be replaced.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Where's the tank for?
Lieutenant Ferris is carefully watching the hallway.
Can I take the tank?
The can looks much too heavy to carry, sir.
Gas feed is off. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely. Nothing happens. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines. Gas feed is on.
What do we have? Oh, N2. N2O.
The machine synthesizes a liter of nitrous oxide.
Be careful with that canister, Captain. I think you would not care to fall under the effects of laughing gas in these straits.
Do you mean to say it's undignified, Spock?
It is, at the least, inappropriate for a starship crew on duty, Doctor.
Except for the Ouroboros virus.
You take a 1-liter container of nitrous oxide. get done. You fail to obtain anything.
Let's have water with this.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. Except for the horrible...
Active breeder.
This is a screen and filter for the ventilation shaft. Turbines of a Cochrane 500.
I didn't realize that they...
Actually, Doctor, as Mr.
Hey.
Steal this.
You fail to obtain any... You need something to pry this open. The vent is now open. It leads to the lower deck.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
The fusion reactor is functioning at peak efficiency. There is no need to tamper with its current operation. Nothing unusual is...
This is an engineering access panel allowing repairs to be made to the interior wiring in the equipment.
I needed wiring.
The virus has spread to me, Captain. I suggest you concentrate your efforts on the problem.
The panel is open. You see vast quantities of dust and stripped insulation from wiring repairs made to the console in the past.
Okay, so we take this.
You grab a handful of insulation. You grab a handful of insulation.
Think they said this can be used on this machine.
You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate.
Is this it? Hydrogen, live water. What was this thing again?
An RDAC 1000. The last...
It would take us several hours to get this machine working, Captain. I do not believe we will need it. The synthesis chamber should be able to give us what we need.
Okay, fully carbonate now.
Please select subject file. Ouroboros TLTDH gas. The chemical compound. Tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide. Colorless. Odorless. non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-spaceflight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to cook up from non-conductive tantalithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Ouroboros. Please select Ouroboros T9 Ouroboros. Exit.
So I have polycarbonate. How do I synthesize it? Doctor.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of inert matter.
Except for the Ouroboros virus,
I lost my thing.
Gas feed is... Nothing happens. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. This large, bulky canister contains hydrogen in gaseous form. James Tiberius... Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I can't put the canister back.
Nothing happens.
Make more water.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines. You fail to obtain any... You grab a handful of insulation. Nothing happens. You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate. This is a synthesizer used to combine and replicate chemicals and form new compounds. This particular model has twin gas feeds. This is a science.
Yes, I want to make the knockout gas. Why won't it let me?
Nothing happens. Gas feed is on. Gas feed is off. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. Nothing happens. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Gas feed is on.
Alright, try that one.
The machine synthesizes 1 liter of TLTDH gas.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feelings of exhilaration in some, much the way nitrous oxide affects humans.
It doesn't affect Vulcans, of course.
Actually, Doctor, both Romulans and Vulcans suffer its effects.
Why, that's just dandy. Vulcan laughing gas.
Please, Doctor, this is not a laughing matter.
I think Spock just told a joke.
You take a 1 liter container of TLTDH gas.
Can I drop the laughing gas on the ambulance? So, talk.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. This isn't the result I was hoping. This isn't the result.
Where's the gas?
A loud hissing fills the room.
What room? Oh, we've used it.
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
Here goes nothing. Can I not go down? It's not tuning me. Aha!
Jim, we've got to help these men before they die. Jim, we've got to help these men before they die.
Fascinating. I am experiencing an urge to laugh.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
How do we cure Spock?
It's about time someone got here.
Anthony and I will look after these Romulans, Jim. Dr. McCoy, we could use your expertise on discovering a cure for the virus. All our equipment is at your disposal.
Fascinating. I am experiencing an urge to laugh. Romulan laughing gas. My father would never approve.
How do we get out of here? Can we use this synthesizer to synthesize a cure?
Romulan laughing gas. My father.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of wet gray goo.
I think we can call that one a failure, Bones.
Let's go to wrong tank.
Gas feed is off. You attach the anti-grav unit.
Fascinating. I'm.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
Excellent.
You take the Ouroboros virus.
Not sure if this did it, but
Romulan laughing.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim.
can I use this?
Romulan laughing gas.
You take the Ouroboros. The chamber is empty. The chamber is empty. Done. The chamber is empty. This device is used for the rapid reproduction of virus culture. This device is This chamber is where virus samples are placed.
How many admirals does it take to wire in a logic transmogrifier?
James Tiberius.
Looks like it has room for two things there.
This nozzle is where anti-agents are placed.
What anti-agent I made? I think it's ammonia. I also don't know what an anti-agent is.
How many admirals does it take to wire in a logic transmogrifier?
This gold container holds 1 liter of nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas.
And what's the other thing I have?
This blue container holds 1 liter of water.
Please select subject file. Ouroboros T nitrous oxide, ammonia. Ammonia. A colorless pungent compound, NH3. A common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial applications. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Ouroboros. Please select subject file. Ouroboros T9 on exit. Database.
So how do I combine the water and NH3?
That's not the right material to put in there, Jim. That's not the right material.
Let's try here.
Careful, Jim. That's a distillator, not a can opener. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. Careful, Jim. That's a distillator, not a can opener.
Not being helpful. Climate entry. Makes this.
I am a Vulcan. I must resist these unchecked emotions.
Game over. Load a previously saved game.
Wait, what? I thought they said it would take a year for the virus to hurt someone. Ooh, I don't know when I last saved.
Quit the game. Load a previously...
I don't know where it was. But that's okay. What's in my inventory? That's done with.
Gas feed is on. Nothing happens. The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see a...
You take a 1-liter container of pure water. The panel opens. You see a gas tank. Nothing happens. The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every...
Next we use this on this.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved.
It sure beats hauling...
Alright, this is interesting.
The vent is now open. It leads to the lower deck.
Should be able to grab this.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
The panel is open. You see...
Grab this.
You grab a handful.
Let's us synthesize.
You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate. Gas feed is off. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
You get no response. You attach the anti-gravity.
There we go. I'll move out of the way so I can click on it.
You install the gas tank to the synth. Gas feed is on. The machine synthesizes a liter of nitrous oxide.
Be careful with that canister, Captain. I think you would...
Do you mean to...
It is at the leak.
You take a 1 liter container of nitrous...
We're gonna put this here.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of inert matter.
Okay, so that was the wrong one.
Gas feed is off. You attach the anti... You install the gas tank to the... You grab a handful of insulation. You fail to obtain anything. You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate. Gas feed is on.
And you go there.
The machine synthesizes 1 liter of TL-TDH gas.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feelings of exhilaration in some, much the way nitrous oxide.
It doesn't.
Actually,
why, that's just dandy.
Please, Doc.
You take a 1 liter.
I have the Vulcan laughing gas. I need to do something with this.
You take the Ouroboros.
Start synthesizing it.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of wet gray goo.
I think we can call that one a failure, Bones.
Alright, let's get more.
You take the Ouroboros virus. Gas feed is off. You attach the anti-grav.
Let's try it with this one.
You install the gas. Gas feed is on.
What? No.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of bubbling gray goo.
I think I'd have more luck hypergrowing the virus in the presence of a limited quantity of gas.
Wait a minute. That's what you were doing before.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
That's N2O2.
You take the Ouroboros.
This was the limited quantity of gas. And it was discussed.
This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. This isn't the result I was hoping for, Jim. There's nothing there requiring a ship's... There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Wanted to discuss. Can I open this chamber?
Nothing happens.
The virus has spread to me, Captain. I suggest you concentrate your efforts on...
Right, Spock. I'm thinking. Can I replace the other tank? Why is it only ever grabbing one tank? Let's try it.
Gas feed is off. Nothing happens. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank.
Oh, I can move the O2 tank. There's only one.
Nothing happens. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed line.
Okay, we should have.
Gas feed is on.
Let us try making this.
The machine synthesizes a liter of ammonia.
I hope you don't want me to swap the deck with that, Captain.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
Okay, let's try this one.
You take a 1-liter container of ammonia. Done.
Just ammonia. Into amulets we did. Lots of gas log.
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
You retrieve the Ouroboros cure sample.
Right. These are the tanks I need. I don't want to juggle all of them again. What's that?
You take the hypo with Ouroboros toxin cure.
There, you're now cured.
Thank you, Doctor.
Finally, a human response.
Save new game. Replace
Which one's the laughing gas? This one.
A loud hissing fills the room.
He's infected with the virus too, Jim. They've been through a good deal of stress, but they're already starting to recover. Their heart rate is dropping and their blood pressure is also dropping.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
Romulan laughing gas. My father would never approve.
Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
It's about time someone got here.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
Logic. What happened to my logic?
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a... Save it for someone who's buying Preax. You also conducted yourself...
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon true.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
Let's go cure the other peeps.
You'll never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's go home.
Hey, what about the other people?
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Arc 7 and evaluate your performance at 77%. You and your crew received 2 commendation points. Well done, Captain.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't...
That's illegal.
Tell that to...
It'll never reach.
That it won't, Mr.
Hold on. 77.
Another fine mess.
Priority message.
On screen.
We have...
Did I only get 77 because the game ended before I could cure the guys in the first room?
A loud hissing.
If that's the case, that is so stupid. I was gonna cure them if he didn't teleport out.
The Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live. We got to them in time.
Yeah, they're dehydrated. I'll even give them water.
The Romulans drink thirstily and empty the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some people think.
Jim, is this how you feel on shore leave?
Do I need to get more water?
The Romulans have been cured of the Ouroboros virus, but they're severely dehydrated and need some rest. The Romulans have been...
77 is the score to beat.
Thank God it's you. Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
Romulan laughing gas.
It's about time someone got here.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station.
You also conducted yourself in the most...
You are an honorable...
You are also...
You'll never cease to...
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's...
77%.
Why do they call you Bones, Doctor?
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Arc 7 and evaluate your performance at 84%. You and your crew received 2 commendation points. Well done, Captain. Keep up the good work.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Arc 7.
They'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.
Another fine mess.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate ships in your sector. You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
Save new game.
We have arrived at Harlequin. 2 Elasi ships approaching fact, Captain. I'm also picking up an ion trail from a small ship, probably a scout. It left the sector just as we arrived. It appears likely that we interrupted the pirate attack on the scout.
Message from the Elasi captain, sir.
We'll show you what happens to those who come between us and our prey. Prepare to die!
Raising shields.
Arming weapons.
Shields are falling! Our weapons are offline! Our weapons are offline!
The ion trail of the scout ship leads to the Harlequin system, Captain.
Picking up the subspace signal, sir. It's very weak.
Patch it through, Lieutenant.
Enterprise? Is that you, Kirk? Friend Kirk, I can't believe they sent you to rescue me.
That sounds like... No, please, say it isn't.
I have a visual signal now, sir.
You've come to help me, Kirk. You've got to help me. I have had a terrible misunderstanding with the Alasi traders. They're out to kill me, Kirk.
Fancy that.
No, see here, Kirk. I sold my Mud's miracle digrammas in perfectly good faith. A little sideline work, you understand. Now they won't leave me alone. No. They're tracking me again. I can't send coordinates. You have to come protect me. I'm a registered ship with the Federation. Mud out.
I'm afraid his ship is registered, Captain, and regulations require we respond to his distress signal.
Aye, sir.
Engines repaired, Captain.
Aye, sir.
Our orders are to render whatever assistance we can, sir.
The Harappan system is binary, with a neutron pulsar in the vicinity causing difficulties with our sensor readings. I was able to trace Mud's transmission to this derelict.
So, our friend Harry is on board, no doubt. Can you tell me anything about the derelict vessel?
There are 6 major subdivisions within the hull. All systems are down. There is, however, limited atmospheric integrity. The environment appears to be the result of a temporary save-a-ship life support generator. Not exactly a reliable model, Captain.
We're being hailed by Mr. Mudd, sir.
Captain, you came. I'm touched.
Harry, I have to be touched in the head to have anything to do with you. How's your lovely wife, Stella?
That was a dirty trick, Kirk. However, you'll be glad to know I let bygones be bygones. If the Enterprise will stand by and fend off any pirates, I'll just finish my salvage operations here and be out of your hair.
Computer records document that you filed notice that there was no salvageable value here, and that the ship was a common passenger tug.
Did I say no value? Minimal, Captain, minimal. I meant nothing but promising when I filed the report. We both know my judgment isn't always perfect.
I would say your judgment is never perfect, Harry. Perhaps we should beam over and judge the situation for ourselves.
Ah, that isn't necessary, Kirk. I can handle... I mean...
Harry, relax. We're old friends. We'll understand if things aren't picked up and looking neat. Kirk out.
Lowering shields, Captain. Target analysis off.
Disarming weapons.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Welcome, Captain Kirk. So glad you're here. The Alazi have been terrible trouble to me.
Well, you're terrible trouble to me, Harry. Tell me what this is all about.
I happened upon this ship not long ago and dutifully registered as salvage, mind you. In the hold here, I discovered one of these devices in that box over there. When I tried one on a wall, it floated off the grease and dirt. Perfect for cleaning, near as I could see. I peddled a few of these Mud's Miracle degrimers, and everything was going perfectly well.
Then something went wrong, right?
Actually, no, Doctor, not then. I'd started offering a few other little items I found. Mud's Limited Coffee Substitute, a great little specialty item. Lenses to affirm packaging build-your-own telescope kits. The collection of novelty paints, things like that. All of a sudden, the Alazi pirates are asking for me in every quadrant, wanting to know where I'm getting my goods.
I see, Harry. Well, we'll look around here while the Enterprise remains close by.
Look around all you like, Captain, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. I've registered this derelict as my salvage, and I don't want you running off with all my prizes.
Harry, as official representatives of the Federation and of Starfleet, we recognize your rights to legitimate salvage. Need I say more?
I understand perfectly, Captain. Carry on, Captain.
Save new game. Replace... There are shiny, multi-sided spherical objects in this box. Odd-looking contraptions small enough to hold in one hand. This container holds bricks of what might have been pre-processed food a long time ago. Harcourt Fenton Mudd. Of course he's going to be honest and fair with you. This container holds small mechanical components unfamiliar to you. This place is cluttered with stored goods of every sort. It would take an army of workers weeks to examine every container and determine what is inside.
These are computer memory transfer media, probably designed for use with the alien computer system.
A small energy device with a flanged opening at the front, about the size of one's thumbnail.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
You fail to obtain anything. Done. Done. Two yellow triangular buttons. These cylinders have fallen down from the rest. These cylinders have fallen down from the rest. An elaborate piece of alien-looking machinery. A large claw-like device hanging from the ceiling. An elaborate piece of alien-looking machinery. You look but see nothing of note.
Unique, Captain. I believe these are self-referencing packed quantum cartridges.
Power boosters! Oh, I've read about those, but they're just theoretical.
Evidently, these are more than theoretical, Lieutenant Bugert. The energy initially released is infinitesimally small, but boosts itself until the power finally released is comparable to our photon torpedoes.
The technical journals discussing the possibilities indicated it would create a weapon of greater range than those we have now, if not a greater punch.
The machinery to deliver these cartridges would be an engineering feat as well, Captain. The control panel has power running to it, Captain. A weapons delivery system. It appears to be an accessory tied directly to the alien equivalent of our ship's phasers and photon torpedoes. It seems to be part of the loading system for the weapon. It is also fully functional. The control panel has power running to it, Captain.
3 triangular blue buttons. A red triangular button.
Weapon systems,
Kirk, my friend! When have I ever given you the slightest bit of trouble?
There was the time that you tried to commandeer the Enterprise to sell Wive to miners. And then there was the time you stole the Enterprise to exchange us for androids, who were holding you prisoner.
Perhaps there have been a few minor misunderstandings.
Don't push your luck, Harry.
This lens, about the size of one's thumbnail, magnifies like a fine optical glass. Done.
What do I have? There's this stuff.
These two things fit together like they were made for each other.
Well, now I think we know why the Alassi pirates were so interested in finding out where Mudd was getting these.
Well, I just haven't. The lens causes explosions.
Save new game. Replace. Small containers of oddly colored liquids. This seems to be the main monitoring station for the beds. Above it is some sort of dispensary. You look but see nothing of note.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
It would be interesting to analyze them back aboard the Enterprise, but these are probably vaccines, medicines, and research viruses.
Do they pose any threat to us, Doctor?
None seems likely to have any effect on human or Vulcan physiology. To be on the safe side, though, I wouldn't recommend taking a snootful from one of the capsules.
A snootful. Go take a snootful.
It would be interesting to analyze them.
Do they pose any...
None seem...
I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain. This room closely resembles the Enterprise sickbay. The beds are powered, as is the central post console.
You see a plain gray screen. You look but see nothing of note. A control console from which operators run the ship. A control console from which operators run the ship. A control console from which operators run the ship. You look but see nothing of note. The sphere in the middle of this console appears to be some sort of control mechanism.
The data view screen is operational. The information selectors are controlled from the console platform.
Alright, Spock. Do what you can do.
This seems to activate the ship's computer bank control node. I lack sufficient information to commence data retrieval, however. Simply put, without some understanding of the alien's mindset, there is no place to start.
Like, you can start with...
This seems to activate the ship's computer... Apparently an information data screen, something like the display readers on the Enterprise. This platform contains the control console for what appears to be the information center of the ship. The computer library, if you will. It appears functional, but incomprehensible without some better understanding of the aliens who built it.
Don't I have one of those? I do have one of those.
You can't seem to make this work.
I fail to see the... This seems to activate the ship's computer bank control node.
Yeah, stop. Is there any place else? No. Alright. Let's push some buttons. No? Alright, one of you push buttons.
The device has finished loading, Captain.
Which button did you press?
I believe, Captain, that this weapon must be hooked up through the main weapons battery. However, I've already examined the weapons console, and the main weapons battery on this ship was completely destroyed in the action, which made her a derelict. Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology we don't understand, Spock, and I'm surprised you'd suggest such a thing. I agree that we should take it aboard the Enterprise. I'll try to raise the ship. Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise. I don't think I'll try to raise the ship.
Can we press all the buttons? No. No.
The device has been unloaded, Captain. The device has finished loading, Captain. The device has been unloaded, Captain.
What does the purple one do? Purple one doesn't do anything.
I fail to see the lot.
What's the middle?
The device has finished loading, Captain.
And purple when it's loaded.
I believe, Captain, that this weapon must... However, Mr. Scott...
I don't think we should tinker with tech. I agree that I'll try to raise the...
Okay.
Kirk, my friend! When have I ever given you the slightest bit of trouble?
There was the time that you tried to commandeer the Enterprise to sell wives to miners. And then there was the time you stole the Enterprise to exchange us for androids, who were holding you prisoner.
Perhaps there have been a few minor misunderstandings.
Don't push your luck, Harry.
How did you get here?
Why, Captain!
Jim, that doesn't look good at all. Harry, let me take a look at you and check whether that had some deleterious effect.
No, you're all space aliens. You're little gray men from inside the hollow Earth. You want to experiment on my body parts. Stay away from me!
Deleterious effects. I guess I don't even need my tricorder to know that.
You'll mind control me, kidnap my children, dissect my dog.
If we can get him on one of the beds and get it active, I think he can be cured. Otherwise, he's likely to become increasingly violent.
Stay away from me!
He said we don't need a tricorder, but we push pull to use it.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Spock, knock him out.
All yours now, Dr. McCoy.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor. I need to understand more about the aliens before I can make this bed and its instrumentation function. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Nothing to report, Captain.
You look but see nothing of note. Small containers of oddly colored liquids. Small containers of oddly colored liquids.
We won't be able to operate any of this equipment unless we can learn more about the aliens, Jim.
Okay, let's go for a walk.
Mr. Spock, come take a look at this. This is evidently the main bridge. What do you make of it?
This is clearly the control center for the ship, Captain. I cannot deduce much information, but I do observe two things.
Go on, Mr. Spock.
This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me.
This shouldn't be surprising. After all, there are two stations.
That may be, Doctor. But if you'll recall, all the Enterprise's different stations link into the same computer network bank, and...
What else can you determine at this stage, Mr. Spock?
These people have a fixation for the number 6, and even divisors and multiplicans thereof. 3s and 12s in particular. I believe this may be the necessary first clue to understanding the aliens. This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me. This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me. This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me. It appears to be a view screen, much like the one on board the Enterprise. This station definitely is. It is a multi-bit compact duver with its own Draktar traction unit and clamp kit.
This appears to be some sort of engineering instrument.
Evidently the aliens' bridge, their centralized control. A closer look may provide more information.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Not my area of expertise, I'm afraid.
This seems to activate the ship's computer bank control node. Given the aliens' predilection for multiples of 3, it may be possible to use our tricorders to decipher the information carried in these data banks.
That would be quite a find, Jim. This is an alien race unknown to us, and they are certain to have knowledge new to us.
Were the universal translator available, this would be simple.
With the Enterprise out of range, that's not an option, Mr. Spock. What else can you do?
I believe if Dr. McCoy and I conjoin our 2 tricorders, we may be able to process enough sample data to get a basic understanding of the aliens' computer system. This will completely tie up both our tricorders for an extended amount of time, however. This seems to activate the ship's computer.
That would be quite...
Were the universe...
With the Enterprise...
I believe if... Both our tricorders are now working on basic processing of the aliens' computer data system. The tricorders are not the equal of the universal translator, but we should be able to retrieve basic information and get an insight into their culture and life systems. I don't believe we could have gotten even this far had we not deduced their fixation on base 6 mathematics and aesthetics. The tricorders are again available for general use. The alien ship's computer data is now accessible from the ship's library. I believe I have downloaded enough information to our tricorders to enable operation of most of the ship's controls, Captain.
What can you tell me about this, Spock?
Nothing happens. You download major portions of the alien library onto the yellow spheroid.
Can you drive the ship?
This is the secondary station. With the limited understanding we now have of the library computer data, these controls can now be activated. Available are sensors, navigation, engineering, done, sensors. The Enterprise is in combat with a number of Elassi pirate ships half a parsec toward the neutron star sector. I read debris identifiable with the pirates, but they continue to harass sensors.
Oops.
The Enterprise is in combat with a number of Elassi sensors, navigation. The computer reports this ship is incapable of navigating anywhere at all without major repairs. We are definitely dead in space until the Enterprise returns, Captain. Sensors, navigation, engineering. The engine pods are damaged, but still generating power, Captain. Sensors, navigate, and done.
And this one.
This is the secondary station. With the limited understanding we now have of the library sensors, done. This is the secondary state sensors, done.
What about the blue one?
This appears to be the primary control panel. Perhaps you would be better equipped to man this station, Captain. Thanks to the library computer data, limited though it is, these primary controls give me access to
communications. View screen.
Done.
View screen. I guess the universe looks about like it did the last time we saw it. Communications.
Sure.
Scotty, report.
The Elassi pirates have been driven off, Captain. We have damage and injuries among the crew. We just arrived back here a few minutes ago, and we've been trying to raise you on the communicators.
The local star seems to be acting up. Will there be a problem with the transporter? I want you to beam up the landing party, and I also want you to lock onto and beam aboard an alien mechanism we came across.
We can do it, Captain, no problem. At least right now, but the situation is only going to get worse. Are you ready to beam over now?
No, we want to look around some more. We'll call you on this channel when we're ready. Yes, bring us home. No, I need to have a word with Harry Mudd before we go. No, we want to look around some more. We'll call you.
Okay. Let's save.
Save new game. Replace.
Before we go deleting stuff. Where is Mud?
The volatile chemicals have evaporated over the time the derelict hung in space. I need to refill the capsule dispenser for the bed to activate and effect a cure on our friend Harry here. The volatile chemicals have evaporated over the time the derelict hung in space. I need to refill the capsule dispenser for the bed to activate and effect a cure on our...
I thought that's what you did.
I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. It would be interesting to analyze them back aboard the Enterprise, but these are probably vaccines, medicines, and research viruses.
Do they pose any threat to us, Doctor?
None seems likely to have any effect on human or Vulcan physiology. To be on the safe side, though, I wouldn't recommend taking a snootful from one of the capsules.
There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment for me to do there.
The volatile chemicals have evaporated over the time the derelict hung in space. I need to refill the capsule dispenser for the bed to activate and effect a cure on our friend Harry here. It would be interesting to analyze.
Do they pose any threat?
None seems like.
Right. Grab one from here, put it here.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
Oh, I have one.
Nothing happens.
The capsules slide into the machinery on the bed exactly as they're designed to. I'm telling the program, our physiology is not the same as the aliens' physiology. Don't want it to try to cure us of being human.
That would be too much to hope for, would it not, Doctor?
Particularly when we're talking about Harry Mudd.
Alright, Doctor.
Okay, Harry, you should start to feel better in a few minutes. Just lie there quietly until you feel like moving.
Oh, give me something for this headache, Doc. A herd of Amari tree elephants landed behind my eyeballs and did a mating dance.
Well, he's feeling better. Let's get out of here. Spock. What can you tell me about this?
The control panel has power running to it, Captain.
Why, Captain, I see you got this machine to work. I tried to get it up and running for the longest time.
Help yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone. Get away from that this instant, Harry, or I'll shoot you where you stand. Help yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone.
Why, Kirk, I didn't think you had it in you. Thank you.
Right. There's nothing there. Okay, so he's not working on anything. How many of him are there?
Kirk, my friend! When have I ever given you the slightest bit of trouble?
There was the time that you tried to commandeer the Enterprise to sell wives to miners. And then there was the time you stole the Enterprise to exchange us for androids, who were...
Perhaps the...
Don't push your luck, Harry.
This room appears to have been the alien ship's engine pod. A ship-to-ship access hatch and a temporary life support generator are evidently recent additions. This Save-A-Ship life support generator has seen a great deal of use. It was never a reliable model, being prone to break down without warning. It is, however, properly connected with warning alarms for temperature, atmosphere, and radiation. An unusual matter-antimatter engine, reminiscent of the designs created by the Hoopoon of CH1-4. This seems to be a crane of some sort, Captain. Currently, no power is running to it. An unusual matter-antimatter engine, reminiscent of the designs created by the Hoopoon of CH1-4.
A salvage lock hatch, a common type used to link a derelict to the ship doing the salvaging.
It appears that Harry Mudd managed to emplace this access hatch without significantly damaging the alien ship.
Will wonders never cease?
A Save-A-Ship emergency life support generator generally used for temporary life support during evacuation of small damaged ships.
Evidently, Mr. Mudd was unwilling to pay the price for a reliable salvage model.
A large claw-like device hangs from the ceiling.
This Save-A-Ship life support generator has seen a great deal of use. It was never a reliable model, being...
This life support generator is an unreliable model at the best of times. Tinkering with it is a...
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
This life support generator is...
So static? Are we done?
The star field is the same one you saw from the bridge of the Enterprise.
There's nothing left to do by still of items I haven't used.
I fail to see the logic.
Databanks erased.
It appears our good friend, Harry Mudd, has crashed the main computers. I doubt if it was a very easy thing to manage.
Spock, we're talking about Harry Mudd. He was probably trying to download it so he could sell it to the highest bidder.
and instead he wiped the memory. That knowledge was priceless.
At least our life support system isn't dependent on the alien computer.
I believe, Captain, that the basic functions of the ship remain even now. This is the library module. The art, history, and cultural memory of the aliens are gone, but the mechanical necessities of sickbay, engineering, and sensors continue to work.
But their essence, their souls, are gone, Spock.
Illogical, Captain. This race has been extinct for millennia.
Didn't we make a copy of it?
Apparently an information data screen, something like the display readers on the Enterprise.
Oh, I have a tool.
Nothing happens. You can't seem to make this work.
Kirk, my friend!
There was the time...
Perhaps there have...
Don't push her.
No one's gonna ask him about... Spock, push the button.
I believe, Captain, that this weapon must be hooked up through the main weapons battery. However, I've already examined the weapons console, and the main weapons battery on this ship was completely destroyed in the action, which Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology. I agree. I'll try to raise the ship.
We have a working transporter. Can you use this? Oh.
Nothing happens.
Like, everything seems to be fine. I guess it's time to leave.
Captain, you wouldn't have seen my multi-purpose duver anywhere? I need to, fix something.
No, Harry, but I figure it's probably where you'll find your lost marbles. Yes, I've got it, but you can't have it. No, Harry, but I figure it's probably where you'll find your lost marbles. Yes, I've got it, but you can't have it.
You really can be a headache, Captain. Maybe I could find a spare somewhere else. Good luck. Goodbye.
What?
The life support generator is malfunctioning. Repairs must be made soon, or the atmosphere will fall below the level required to sustain us, Captain.
That was a close one. Too close. If I ever get my hands on that no-good mud,
I would not suggest we take the time to seek him. This emergency could occur again. I would suggest we hasten our departure.
Oh, was there a problem?
Mud, I ought to...
Sorry, no time to chat. I'm a busy man, you know.
And he's still here.
Save new game. Replace
Thanks to the library computer data, limited though it is, these primary controls give me access to...
Communications. New developments, Mr. Scott?
The neutron star is causing more and more problems, Captain. I would recommend beaming over at your earliest possible convenience.
Later, Mr. Scott. Very well, bring us home, Mr. Scott. No, I need to have a word with Harry Mudd before we go. Later, Mr. Scott. Very well, bring us home, Mr. Scott.
Do I want to finish now?
No, I...
Captain Kirk, I was hoping to see you. I'm leaving soon and wanted to say thanks for the escort. Ta-ta! And I hope we never have to cross paths again, Captain.
Don't rush off, Harry. There's still a few things we need to discuss. In such a hurry? And Stella said she was dropping everything to meet you here. Don't rush off, Harry. There's still a few things we need to discuss. You destroyed the only known records of a lost race. That's a punishable offense. You were selling high-technology weapons to terrorists and known criminals. Tell me why I shouldn't arrest you on the spot just on general principles.
Because I am going to turn over a selection of samples to the Corniforous Life Sciences University.
For free?
Of course. One of everything I've found here.
5 of each.
Captain! 2.
5. Remember, I could confiscate your entire stock as illegal goods. You might get it back through the courts in a few years.
You drive a hard bargain, Captain. It's a deal.
You have no idea what a great bargain it is, Mudd.
I understand. No problem. Adieu, Captain.
Bring us home, Mr. Scott.
We have read your report on the problems at Harapan and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
I wired in that alien contraption to the torpedo system. It should boost the ship's firepower, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. I only wish you could wire Harry Mudd to a photon torpedo.
While you were away, Captain, I made some travel arrangements that I thought you would approve of.
Travel arrangements?
I think you'll be happy to know that I've arranged for Stella Mudd to meet her long-lost husband on Starbase 7, sir.
Approved, Lieutenant. Take us out of here, Mr. Sulu.